It's moving. It's Young People Nation.
Welcome to Young People Nation. Listen to us weekly as we commit to bring transparency, healing, and truth to the everyday situations in life that might bring you down. Join us for your weekly dose of inspiration. Thank you for listening to Young People Nation. Make sure you subscribe so you never miss an episode. And now, here's your host, Eugene and Donna Perry.
Let's go. Christ is the foundation. Know his word gon' lead us. Know I'm already going. Taking steps I believe in. Giving guidance to the youth. Giving guidance to the lost. Giving the world to the project.
Okay, we're in session 4 of Young People Nation, and in this session, we're going to be talking about our process of compatibility and deciding to marry. You know, a lot of the stuff that we talked about, there's been a lot of good nuggets. And let me roll back some. We want to thank God. We want to thank the community. We want to give praise to God because we can do nothing without him.
Yeah.
Amen.
Disclaimers. But today, on this 4th session, we want to go back a little further because I just wanted to dive into this apparently. But we have the Wallaces. We have Jonathan and Sheena Wallace, an amazing couple that have been married. How long?
14 and a half years.
Half. You better give it. And so this couple, they are youth leaders in the community and at our church, Faith Outreach Church, where Jesus definitely is Lord there.
Yes.
And they are doing great things. I love how you all y'all just compliment each other. You in computers, you in business, you all are able to come together and come up with a plan and a vision for your life and your home. We've watched you guys just be friends and we know you're a Georgia fan. And go to the games and stuff. And you all have, to me, you exemplified, have fun. You know, be friends, have fun. Because you all waited how long before you decided for Jahan to come?
Oh, yeah.
COVID decided.
Oh, no. There was a lot of babies in that. You hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It was 10 years. 10
Wow.
years of being
10
married before me.
Before
We
Javon.
initially said 5.
He is so
but then
handsome.
Time went by so fast.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
we didn't realize how fast the time was going.
And it happens, don't it?
And people assume it was some fertility issues. It wasn't. We just
She said,
didn't-
"Let me help y'all out."
It wasn't kids. We just didn't want kids before we really planned things.
And I love that. You know, no trickery and nothing like that. You all was on one accord. That's like with us. And I was so fertile, Jesus. But when we waited 2 years for Nina. And because I wanted to get to know him better. You know, he was ready to have kids. I was like, whoa, wait, hold it.
Yeah.
But as soon as we decided, you know, as soon as I was off the pill, bam, pregnant. You know,
Right, yeah.
that's what happened to me.
Yeah.
And then, you know, with Amber, he got promoted. I told myself, if you get promoted, I'll have the second. Because
I stepped up then.
we would have had about 4 or 5 kids.
Yeah.
But he told me, he said, right. He said, give me the pills. I said, what? He showed me the promotion. I said, oh, God.
A celebration ceremony, right?
Yes.
Yeah, within 4 months. Within 4 months.
Yes. Because Nina and Amber are almost 4 years apart. But he was ready, you know, because my husband wanted children. And I wanted children, but I just, you know, wanted to kind of take my time.
Right.
You know?
Understood.
But in this session, we're going to talk about the process of compatibility and deciding to marry. You know, marriage don't come with a handbook, you know, because you got 2 imperfect people that's coming together to be one. However, you are individual before you become collective.
Right.
So we talked about that in session 1. If you didn't hear session 1, please go back. Listen to all of them. But you definitely need to go back and listen to session 1 where it talks about you dealing with you. I happen to see, even in my profession, I told my husband, I said, I feel like my office is a counseling room sometimes because those guys get in there, come in there, take care of their business, and then they, and females, they get to talking. But that's a place that God just allowed me to be able to sow love, wisdom, whatever he may have me to say. However, if you're not honest up front, that upfrontness, you know, like not telling somebody that you got kids and you got them, you know, or not telling them that you've been married before, not telling them some of your mental health challenges, you know. Those are the things that can be debilitating along the way because you really chose for that person and you didn't give them a chance to choose because you weren't honest up front. So before we even get to the altar, we talked about that in the first session. So y'all go back and listen because we talked about that. The work you need to do before getting to the altar. But once you're there and you're standing before God and all that, and you've made this vow to God and to this person, to death do us part, the work begins. So Jonathan, you talked about already the steps as a man, and Sheena, you talked about steps as a woman. But can you kind of give a quick refresher for that?
Yeah, definitely, especially as from a man. I said I had to do the work of myself, and it was spiritually and just my mindset because even before, and I would say this, the work, it is work even before you say I do. Because even for me, because even though when I was getting called brother, and before we even made it official, I was already dating Sheena in my mind. You know, so before I even asked her to be my girlfriend, I gave her time. But I was already on my time. Because I carried myself as though I was already dating her.
I love that.
You know, so it's like, yeah, we was friends, and I appreciate all that. But hey, I'm not gonna go out here and do this and do that, or doing something that jeopardize what we got going on. So I carried myself out. I was dating her. So when
you actually would carry yourself like you had already married me.
Well, definitely.
Yes,
because and that's why when she did ask me what would change when I asked her to be my girlfriend, I said nothing because I was already dating you.
Yes.
You know, so it's like you do all that work as a man. You know, I had to get finances in order, things that because I'm not gonna bring baggage that's unnecessary to what we got. You know, especially if I'm gonna be a provider. So I had to do the work. I had to make sure I wasn't nothing in debt. I was not. If I had some debt, I cleared. If I had make sure I had a house, you know, I'm be taking care of her. So especially as men, it's pivotal because it don't start at the wedding. It start before the marriage. Don't start at the wedding. It start before then. You know, because when you get married, stuff ain't just gonna go away. Like, oh, we married now, so I ain't gonna do this. I ain't gonna go out here and be with this, or go out here and do what I want to do as a single man. No, you had to do that before then. You know, so I love that. So as a man, yes, you could provide. You want to be. Am I there spiritually for her? Am I there mentally for her? Am I prepared to take on the household? Am I able to love like I should? Am I able to be loving? Am I worrying about myself? You need to go ahead and cook my food and do this, do that. Now I don't got to do nothing for you. You know, because it might be some people out there with that mentality. On both sides, not just men, but like, I'm going to get everything I get out of you. And if you don't do it, then I'm out. You know, so you have to do a lot of preparation to be prepared to take on some things. And I'm ready to, you know, to go head on with some issues like that. And I think about TV, compatibility. Do y'all work well together?
Yes.
You know, so when you buy a brand new TV, it comes with a cord already.
I like that. Come on.
You know, so all you have to do is plug the cord in.
Yes.
The cord works with TV and it powers on. You know, you plug it up. But if you take that same TV and use a cell phone charger, for one, it ain't gonna fit. And two, you try to make it work, but it's not gonna work. You could end up damaging the cord and the TV. So it's like compatible. Do you work together? Because if you don't, and everything not gonna be perfect, you know, but if you don't work together, just like that cell phone, that TV, you just rigging something up. You trying to rig up a relationship. You trying to, I seen he did this, or I seen she did this, but I'm gonna deal with it anyway. Maybe it'll go away after the wedding. No, it ain't. You know, so you gotta make sure you're compatible. Are y'all working each other? Are you flowing together? Yes. So I think, yes, definitely.
I love that. And I'm gonna pause for a minute because see, one thing I watched both of you guys, because me and your wife, strong personalities, we get it done. That's how we operate. But however, you all have created spaces where we are feminine. I feel very relaxed with my husband. I'm not concerned about nothing. I mean nothing. If God told me to walk away from my job today because of the vision he's had along the way, I'm good. And that's a powerful place for a woman to feel feminine, that I could just sit back like this and know that Y'all got it.
Mm-hmm.
She has keep feeding me those collard green rolls. And, yes, ma'am. She makes these collard green rolls. And I say,
I got to make him some today. Those his little healthy snacks.
all right, let's go.
But you're right. They're amazing guys. And one thing that I was very familiar with early within the friendship process with him, it was like, hey, look, this guy knows how to give people a place to be valued. Because you have those individuals that can bring value to another person's life, but he makes place for those people in his heart. So what I'm saying is that humility and all that stuff like that, he had that. So the mindset to be a loving leader, it can make you relax, like you said. You can kind of sit back, but us as women, we don't want to sit on the baseline and do absolutely nothing. No, so while they're working on the things that they want and they feel led of the Lord to work on, we got work to do ourselves. Absolutely. And the work that I was doing going into marriage or preparing for it was, hey, look, I need to learn, like he said, how to talk to people, talk to him. This is the work that I had to do. And, and you're still fine tuning,
yes, every time.
All of the life's journey, right? And then at the same time, I wanted to, continue to, be concerned about his well-being and pray for him and all these things like that. And then I want to identify, okay, who's stronger in this area or that area? Because if he's more competent, you need to lead the way. You know what I'm saying? Yes. But if I'm more competent, you need to make way for me to lead the way.
Yes.
And so he does that so well, making people of value in certain area be valuable.
Yes.
And so a lot of people don't really understand from the outside, our connection is like, look, he's never felt threatened by this or by that. He doesn't feel threatened that, I play basketball better than him. He doesn't feel threatened that I can balance a balance sheet and read an income statement. He's never felt threatened on those things.
Yes.
And so just because tradition tells you, hey, you know what I mean? This is what a man's supposed to do. This is what a woman's supposed to do. We're yoked up together and we're doing the work together. And even if those tasks look different, nevertheless, there is some double harmony type work going on.
Yes,
and so he allows for that. And I'm thankful that, I'm married to him and I'm sure your husband does the same. But you have to have that. If not, you overshadow the other person's worth.
Yes.
And so when you do those things, it makes for a better relationship. It makes for a better household. It makes for a better friendship just all around. And you parent better together because of it.
Yes.
Like for instance, my son is in martial arts. His son, we're in martial arts, and it's like certain things. He's like, his dad takes the lead on that.
Yes.
And then if his dad has a full schedule, then okay, then mom's kicking in.
Yes.
So trading off those things, slapping hands on stuff. There was another thing too. We wanted to make sure, even in all that we do, whether it's at work, at home, in business, with our child, all these things, that we still prioritize one another.
Yes.
So I had to learn, in a sense, to how to make it a priority to spend time with him, how to slow it down. It's not always about doing for other people or what people expect. Make it a priority. Still enjoy them. Still be there. And if that means going away or saying time out, then we need to do that.
You absolutely do.
Because life can be a rat race.
Yes, it definitely can.
Yes.
I definitely agree, because it's not. It's about togetherness. We're a team.
Yes.
So why are you competing with the person you're supposed to be doing life together with? So it's like, man, I'm not jealous or anything. She way better at finances than I am. Because remember, I was taking out on dates to spend all my money, and she's like, hold on, you need to slow down. You don't need to do this.
Yes.
And we be able to do a lot of things with the grace of God. And so the same thing with her. So I'm better at, I don't know, I don't mind cleaning up. Some people like, that's your, I will clean up, I will do whatever. I don't do that.
He's a better cleaner than me.
We both in this house.
Yes.
So it's like you got to go from that me concept to that we concept.
Yes.
So it's like, it ain't about me. We don't lose ourselves, but it's about us now, because we get married. What I do affects her, and what she do affects me. I mean, even good or bad.
Yes.
If I'm out here, I start a company and they see Sheena, they say, oh, her husband do this. So like they see, I'm not there. But it's like, it's what we do affects each other. So you got to have that concept.
Absolutely. And that's what you both said is so spot on, because that's how we operate. It's not, I do handle the finances. He gets the report of what's going on. He's very aware. He's on everything. But I work in finances. When we're going to buy a vehicle, he doesn't feel like he got to be the man. He'll go sit right over there, and he will just allow me to go ahead and do what I do best.
Yeah, it's crazy. The last vehicle we got him, he wasn't even there. I said, "Do you like the truck?" I brought it to him and say, "Is this something?" He said, "Uh-huh," and I was able to arrange all the financial pieces completely behind the scene.
Yeah,
you know what? I'm gonna make some people mad.
Oh Lord,
but it needs to be said. We get ruined in some churches. Not every church, but some churches, that the man is in charge. You are beat down with that. You're programmed with that. Just because a certain person is in charge of the finance doesn't mean you're not a man or you're not a woman. It is the greatest wisdom around. Say, for instance, look, a lot of women can cook. A lot of them. Right. And I cannot cook. And I can cook some ramen noodles, but ain't no question I'm hand down with that. But you let me cook the rest of it, somebody's not going to survive. and just like my wife working finance is one of the greatest credit unions around, SRP Credit Union. And what am I to tell her how to do finances, and she working finances every day. And she do the car loans and all that, and I'm trying to tell her and give her advice and telling her what to do when she do it every day. That's wisdom. She is expert in that field. It does not make you less of a man or less of a woman than a person that's better at something. You let them do it. You don't sit there and say, I'm the man. I'm gonna show you, and you go out there and make a fool of yourself. You come out there with 90% with 90% interest. Oh, look at the great charge I got, but you got 90% interest, dear. You know what that means? You mean you could never pay it off. And and all you got to say, I got a great car. You got a great car that you'll never pay off, and you'll never get rid of the bill. It is. I am not ashamed to say that when me and my wife first met, I didn't know how to use a credit card because I never had one, and she taught me how to use a credit card. And I was so amazed. I said, "You can do all that. I ain't got to walk around with all my money in my pockets." So, you know.
And so that's what makes you better, you know. And just like I was sharing with someone when my husband wanted to pay off the vehicle. Okay, so what that meant was generally I would take me a couple of cruises a year. And so I know how much those cruises cost. Right. But at the end of the day, now we did still go somewhere because I'm the goer in our relationship. My husband's cool with staying home. And that's fine. You understand that we balance each other in that, but he knows I'm not a homebody. That's not how I'm wired. But when he came and said, Don, I want to pay off that vehicle this year or within a few months. I said, okay, that's fine. So what is that going to look like? So we came up with an action plan. I didn't have to not go nowhere and because I'm still in the workforce. So what works for me is sometimes just going away, leaving this area, just go. Okay. But we still was able to accomplish what the vision he had. And so working together for the us. Now we're on to something else, And so I want you all, because believe it or not, this fourth session by the end.
Yo, watch out.
Okay. Advice that you would give for men and women in preparing for marriage. Now, you all are how many years in?
14
I'm going to have y'all keep saying that. Okay, so give the audience, the listeners, some wisdom you would give them in preparing for marriage. And you've really said it, but summarize it.
Okay.
Yes. So do the work. Do the work on yourself. Evaluate yourself. I'll say that. I'm talking to men specifically. Evaluate yourself. Hey, am I prepared to take on another person? You can't sit here and say you want to take care of somebody, I love her, and you can't even take care of yourself. So you got to take, if my finances ain't good, how am I mentally? Not everything's not going to be perfect, but hey, am I a blow up? Do I do these or do I blow up? Am I mentally prepared to handle certain things? Because a lot of it, you are, they say the man of the house, but that doesn't mean you rule everything, but you are responsible for some things. The spiritual headship of the family, you the protector. If something go out, if I go out here and it's nighttime, and somebody come around the corner, am I going to run first? Well, I'm gonna be right prepared. If you gonna run first, then you got some stuff to work on. Even if they get me, I'm gonna make sure my wife get away. Yeah. So it's like, man, are you really prepared to that? Because you're about sacrifices, and it's sacrifices on both ends. Right. But you taking on a lot of sacrifices as the men. Because you're sacrificing yourself. You're giving yourself away. For your wife. So, men, are you working on yourself? Are you mentally prepared? Are you prepared to be the provider? It's a lot of dudes out here just trying to find a woman that's gonna take care of them. Yeah. And it's like, I don't think it worked like that. Now, if she's so happy to make more money than you when you're married, but it's still, people actually look for somebody to take care of them. Yeah. Because it was times where I lost my job at one point, and Sheena was working. Yes. What if I look like, I ain't gotta work no more. Sheena got some money. It's like,
but vice versa too. It's happened to me, and
we got each other's back. So if I would sit there and stay in that same mentality when I lost my job. This was years ago. Then I was like, stay in the house. Don't do nothing. Don't even try. We got a place of complacency basically, being lazy. No, hey, this is a tough spot and ask for this. But even still, then I was still trying to make sure I take care of my wife because I was still getting paid, but I just wasn't working. So it's like, hey, do this. How can I alleviate the pressure off my wife so she won't feel pressured?
That's wonderful.
Because guys are not naturally probably more built to take on more stuff because. I think ladies, they are feeler. We feel stuff too, but feel emotionally, and you don't want to overburn. I don't want to overburn my wife at all. So I'm gonna do what I gotta take to make sure she's good. So it's like, hey, are you prepared to do that? Yes. If you ain't, don't do it. But you have to work on yourself. That foundation in God, knowing who you are, who God calls you to be, and not where everybody else think you should be in the world. Because the world, as soon as you do something in the world, they're gonna turn their back on you,
kick you.
But God ain't gonna turn his back on you. So yes. Do the work. Are you prepared to ask yourself these questions? Are you prepared? Yes. Okay. I said the marriage don't start at the wedding. It start with your mentality.
I love it. Yeah. Yes.
And I mean, he said a lot, but I'm talking to the women. I would say, ladies, just when you're in that courtship process, just remember that how you carry yourself, how you think, how you go about doing things, it actually matters. It matters a whole lot. And even if you have somebody with their share of strengths, you still try to figure out, hey, how do I fit into this? What undergirding and supporting could be needed in this situation. I too need to lay those foundational rules. I can't depend on him for, everything that I bring to the table. No, I depend on God for what I bring to the table. And when I team up with him, we're better. And so I would say, allow God to show you those spots where improvement, and you can step up and you can do certain things to assist and to really be there and to be who you are as you support who he is. And I think as a result of, him doing his thing, you doing your thing, that, it's a more well-rounded situation where it's healthy and it's peaceable and it's enjoyable. And so I would suggest to the ladies, don't just be there, but get yourself engaged and do what is in your heart and that you see needs to be done.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Well, thank you. Go ahead. So, no.
One last thing.
Yes, sir.
Even though we're working on ourselves, you cannot do it by yourself. You find people that you look up to. I want to say that I look up to y'all because y'all say y'all watched us. We watched y'all and how y'all treat each other. So it's like you can't do it by yourself.
Right.
Find somebody that you aspire to be like. Find somebody that has the right mindset.
Yeah.
Not just don't follow anybody. Don't just follow anybody. Somebody that has a Christ-like, a great mindset. Somebody that's not afraid to tell you yes or no. They're like, hey, don't do that. Find somebody. So you can't do it by yourself.
Amen.
Find some like people.
Okay. Well, thank y'all so much again. And we all know this won't be the last time. Okay?
Amen.
But thank y'all so much for your transparency.
Thank you.
And again, we never know who's listening to the podcast. There's the 988 hotline. There's a text 741-741. That's free 24/7. There's a National Alliance on Mental Illness. That's the NAMI, excuse me. You go to their website and click on the state you live in. And please don't suffer in silence. If nothing else, please call 911. Mr. Perry.
Look at that. Even now, they're so close together. They're holding hands even now.
Yes.
That's wonderful. God is God. And God is God not only on Sunday, but every day of the week. And keep him like that. We have always seen each other, and it was good until I realized she is the only one, the one and only. Love isn't what you receive. This kind of love is what you give. This has been Young People Nation, and remember, there is always hope.
Christ is the foundation. Know his word gon' lead us. Know I'm already going. Taking steps I believe in. Giving guidance to the youth. Giving guidance to the lost. Give the world to the project. Lead them back to the cross. He the number one prospect. He the top boss. I was broke, I was empty. He the one that paid the cost. Really thought that I was cool. There was nothing like the Savior. Now it's time for the truth. The whole world been waiting. It's Young People Nation. 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 The whole world been waiting. Whatever you going through, I know what he gonna do. Don't matter the circumstance, we going back to the root. Keep going, keep going. Let that seed keep growing. You need peace and we know it. Now it's time to live holy. Young People Nation. You know what time it is. Young People Nation. Get ready, the time is here. Get ready, we vibing here. We about to let God in here. Young People Nation. It's Young People Nation. Yeah, do it for the heavens, you know where we going. Influenced by his love, you know we gotta show it. It's time to put the youth onto what God is doing. Cause I can tell you now, right now, that God is moving. It's Young People Nation.